I'm Mark Buckner with the Mark Buckner Group at Compass Realty. And today we're talking about the pros and cons of living in Chicago. So if you're new to this channel, be sure to like it and click on the bell so you catch every new video we have, because we're always going to be talking about everything Chicago. So if you're looking to learn about what it's like to move Chicago and live, work, play, sleep, and eat in Chicago, you found the right channel. So let's get into it. My pro tip number one is there's always something to do in Chicago. It's what I love about it, especially in the warmer months. And there's so many things that you could do in this city for free. Yes, I said it, free. For example, taking a stroll on the beach. Today, we have the Air and Water Show, super cool. Then when you're done with that, come over, check out Lincoln Park, check out the farm at Lincoln Park, check out these beautiful gardens where I'm at right now. There's also a stroll on our riverfront, and after the riverfront, you can catch a free concert in Grant Park during the summer. And then after that, make sure you stay around for the fireworks that is free Wednesdays and Saturdays, Memorial Day to Labor Day during the summer at Navy Pier. So many great things to do in the city that are free. Besides our museums, you got to catch the days that the museums are free. Check out the link that I have in this video. Catch the days that are free at our museums. And then if you're ready to spend a few bucks, oh my God, we have the theater, comedy clubs, we have concerts, and then a whole array of professional teams. So many great things to do in this city that are free, cost effective, and then if you want to spend a few bucks. But the con to all these events is they often come with crowds. So I'm out here this morning shooting this video to beat the traffic at the Air and Water Show, because this area is gonna be jam-packed. Yeah, the Air and Water Show is free and it's awesome. You can catch a lot of scenery, but the con is then you gotta deal with a lot of crowds and then getting home in the crowd, into traffic. You're either gonna have a long, hot walk to your car or to the L stop to get home and on a crowded L. So, pros and cons to everything. Pro tip number two about Chicago is I love how easy it is to get around in this city. And I do that by the L. Why do we call it the L? Because it's an elevated train. Most of the train is elevated above ground. Downtown it goes underground. So it's our version of the subway, but I love it. One is because I love traveling on the train because it's so efficient to get around the city, but also all the great views. You're cutting through people's backyards, you're cutting alongside some stadiums, cutting through areas that you may never even stop and see, but you're above ground, so you're getting these great views. It's super cool. Then it's super cost effective, right? Bus ride $2.25 and L ride $2.50, right? And 2 free transfers up to the first 2 hours. So that's awesome. Or if you want a month pass, 75 bucks a month. So easy to get around, no traffic, and cost effective. Con number two, what I don't like about Chicago, you guessed it, the traffic. Nothing worse for me is sitting in the traffic. Gridlock, nowhere to go during rush hour. Something that would take me normally 15 minutes to drive can take you 45 to 60 minutes. So once again, use that L if you can. But like me, I'm a broker. I have to have a car. I'm always in the traffic. Sometimes I'll literally plan my days around avoiding rush hour if I can. But if you can't, live close to an L. If you're walking distance to an L, you can get around super, super easy. Pro tip number three that I love is Chicago. If you're looking to live in a metropolitan city, we are one of the most cost-effective cities in the country. We are ranked number 19, which is really a great spot as far as affordable city, right? The con to that is our taxes, right? Real estate tax is going to cost you about 1.75 to 2% on your purchase price annually, right? We do have a state income tax that's 4.95% on your income. And then we do have a sales tax, which is 10.25%, gets hefty. And then Chicago is doing this surcharge in the restaurants. It started during the pandemic, And it seems to have continued. The argument is we're trying to keep down costs on the expenses with inflation, trying to provide a better wage for the servers, which I understand it and I'm for it, but it does make me a little bit annoyed because on the average, it's about 3% on top of your bill. Pro tip number 4 is our food. We have amazing restaurants, all type of restaurants. You want food from the Middle East, from Asia, from all parts of Europe, from Africa, whatever you want, we have it. And there's so many great ones, and there's always new restaurants popping up. Besides, we are definitely on board with the taco craze, the smash burger craze, the cupcake craze, the cookie craze, the hot dog craze, the fried chicken sandwich craze. Like, we have it all. There's so many great places to try on that. The con to that, well, if you're like me, I live to eat, so I have to exercise so I can keep eating. Con number 4 that I have to mention, no matter what, is our crime, right? You've heard about it, you've read about it, you've watched tapes on it, you've seen the news. Chicago has a high crime. There is a few things that you can do with the crime, and one is kind of targeting neighborhoods that are safer than others. And when you're doing that, when you're researching crime, make sure you research what type of crime is in what neighborhood. But the other thing about that is you have to have a little sense of streetwise. I've been teaching my girls since they were really young how to be aware of your surroundings, right? My daughters know that you don't walk around the city with your earbuds on, you don't have your earbuds on the L, you don't have your phone out in the L, so phones are super easy to snatch. You don't have your laptop out on the L, right? When you're riding a bike, you make sure you lock it up, not just the frame, but you lock up the tires, right? You'd never want to be a victim. So you looking for tips on where to move in Chicago, give me a call. I can tell you, all I need is a quick call, and based off what you tell me, your likes, your interests, where you want to be, how close you want to be, something, where you want to work, where you're going to work, I got you covered. And we get texts, calls, emails all the time from people moving to Chicago. Nothing makes me more happier than helping somebody teach them about the city. I'm born and bred on the south side. I've lived all over this city throughout my adulthood. There's nothing in the suburbs of the city that I don't know and I can't help you with.